Musical era of my youth. I was born in 1965, so I was really a child of the 70s. And I had two older brothers who very much influenced me. And they introduced me to, I guess the primary category of music from my youth would be described today as classic rock. Bands like the Beatles, the Who, the Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, and that all sort of merged with prog rock. The music of the 70s was rebellious on a smaller scale, I would say. They rebelled against traditional music, I guess, a little more. You know, there was the fusion of blues and rock and country rock and funk and rock. There was a blend of all these, which really made for a very interesting, I think, period of music. There was a bit of a drug culture around the music, that was certainly true. And I will not deny that that permeated our lives as well. Bands like the Grateful Dead were sort of notorious for the drug scene, but they were also notorious for their blending of styles. They didn't play any one style of music.
So in your daily life, how was music incorporated?
Boy, couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to get home from school and put on the latest album you had bought on your turntable. That later progressed into cassettes. I was sort of infamous in my neighborhood because I would ride my bicycle around with my boombox. Many of my friends were musicians. We all wanted to live that lifestyle. We all wanted to be, Neil Peart from Rush, or Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, or Eric Clapton, or whoever your hero was. These people were our heroes. They really were. And we, constantly listening to music, constantly in the record stores looking for that next album by that next band. Constantly aware of who's on tour, when their concert's coming to town, waiting in line to buy tickets. Really, no matter what you were doing, we always had the music going. And I don't think that's any different today, and I don't think it's that different from previous generations. I guess it is probably more prevalent now. I was around for the advent of the cassette, which really made music a lot more portable. With boom boxes and Walkmans. So I think that was probably the beginning of music being a greater constant in our lives. You didn't have to be home in front of your massive stereo system. You now had something that you could basically, the Walkman you couldn't put it in your pocket, but you could clip it on your belt and have a pair of headphones, and you could take it wherever you wanted. Or the boombox was fully portable. So that was really kind of the advent. And you guys, the next generations have just reaped the benefits of better and better technology to constantly be listening to whatever you want to listen to. You also have the advantage of listening to everything new and everything that came before, which has all been beautifully remastered for you and digitized for your convenience.
One more question, maybe. How grandma, my grandma, your mother-in-law, spoke of how music was so central to her family. They sang in car rides, they sang together at home, put on little shows for their family and neighbors. How does that trickle down into your generation?
I don't think it does. We were obviously post the, let's all gather around the radio sort of generation, because it's the only form of entertainment, unless you make it yourself. But we did have a piano in our house, and my father played, and some of my siblings played, and while we didn't all sing along, we would sit and listen.